Hello, hello, hello. We are here at the Out of the Mud Studios with the luxurious Flint, Michigan in the background. And today we have Let's Talk with Big Tone, episode 12 True Basketball and Health, with special guest Willie
Buford.
Buford.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Let's go.
What's up, guys? Hey, I'm glad to be back here. Let's talk with Big Tone. Like you said, I got my boy Pone here with me today.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today, Pone?
Doing well, man.
You doing good? How
Yes,
you
sir.
liking all this basketball that's going on?
Oh man, this is my life right now.
You-
I'm loving it. Sad we got a day off of
Right,
basketball.
right.
But I understand that can't go every day.
Hey, so it looks like the Knicks is 3-2 right now. How you feel about them? And what you think? What you think gonna happen in that series?
I don't know. It's scary. For a minute, I was all the way in Indiana, and I still won't want to see Indiana come out of it. I
Right.
believe they deserve to. But the way the Knicks is playing, man, every game is scary. There's not a lead too big.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Right.
Either way.
right. So Jalen Brunson, they're saying he's fast becoming a superstar in the league. What I think Jalen Brunson, I seen him play. He's playing a lot bigger than his size.
Yeah,
you know, he won the national championship at Villanova. I do think I like their toughness and their resilience. I really liked the Detroit series. I don't know if they have enough to beat Indiana though.
Yeah.
What's Halliburton?
Yeah.
He's putting up numbers. I think he had 30, 20 and 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
And that last
yeah.
win.
So what do you think? How do you like OKC?
OKC is my number one favorite. I believe it's their year.
Right.
What they did, because Minnesota's out now, right?
Right.
So what they did with Minnesota was amazing.
Right.
It just ran through them boys and made them look real light and loose, right?
Right.
And now I don't know. I think it'll be a good matchup, either New York or Indiana against them.
So who do you think matches up good with
OKC?
With OKC.
I think Indiana the best because their bench goes as deep as OKC's does.
Oh yeah.
We see New York right now kind of running out of energy a little bit, right? Because Tibbs run his starting five into the dirt, right? OKC play about 11 to 10 people,
Right.
and so does Indiana.
So do you think SGA did he deserve to get the MVP?
Definitely. He's not the best player, but he's the most valuable, and you can measure that value in your team record. And his team had by far and above the best record this year.
I like SGA. It's just I like Anthony Edwards a little bit better. I think if he gets a little bit more help, if he gets another player, I think Minnesota they talking about getting Giannis over there at Minnesota.
And over in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy because Rudy there. It'll be crazy to see how that works. But as far as liking Edwards, I think everybody does because his game looks a lot like Michael Jordan.
He's 23 years old.
And everybody want to see that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's
Everybody
real young. Yeah. I think if OKC, and I'm hoping New York wins. If they win, I think I still think OKC's got too much for anybody in there. I think, like you said, it's a new change of the league. We got new players.
Changing
we got
of the guard.
You know what I'm saying? We they talking about LeBron is getting old and
oh no, I just seen, and I don't know if it's true or not. Well, before I came in here on social media, I seen that he announced that he's retiring next year, so he's going to be doing his farewell tour. So next season is LeBron James' last season.
Wow. So they're gonna be selling out tickets to all the stadiums.
Yeah,
for LeBron.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah, for his
people buying the tickets up right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I think when you think about it, LeBron's been in the league 20 years.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think that. I know everybody likes Jordan and they talk about Jordan a lot, but I think has anyone had a run like LeBron?
Like LeBron,
he was the best player in the league for what, 15 or 20 years?
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the top three ever since he entered.
Right.
Top three or top five. I think Kareem almost did something like that.
Right.
Because Kareem was in the league for a while and wound up winning the Finals MVP in like '89, right?
Right.
When he was like almost 42. So
yeah. So, like I said, I think OKC is going to pull out the win. I like the Pistons. I hope the Pistons will win, but I think OKC is going to take that.
Yeah.
Tave said hi. What's up, Tave? It's nice. Hey, Tave, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, I don't want to switch the subject real quick, but have you been looking at the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark thing?
Yes, I've been checking out that battle since they kicked Angel Reese out the game, or she got a tech or something like that.
Yeah. So what do you think about Angel Reese first?
First of all, I think Angel Reese is a great player,
right?
A strong defensive player, rebounder. I think that she is going for the spotlight a little bit more than I think she should be. Yeah, kind of step back a little bit. But I understand that Angel Reese needs a villain, right? I mean, not Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark needs a villain, and so play that role. That's a good way to build up the WNBA fan base.
I do like you said, the villain, her playing the villain role, but the thing I don't like about it is she's nowhere close to Caitlin Clark.
No, she's not as far as skill set goes.
She's nowhere close to Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, not as far as skill set goes.
I love her. I love black people. I love black women. We can't. Is when I say straight facts about the things, people like want to rip my head off, but I'm sitting here watching the games. And Angel Reese's, they talking about she get 8 points and 15 rebounds, and she get 15 rebounds, 5 on missed shots on one play. I mean,
I seen the clip the other day where she kept going up and a girl blocked her like 4 times.
Terrible.
That was crazy.
Terrible. I don't want to say that Angel Reese is a bust, but it's like this. If you're going to be bringing all of this noise and want to be flashy and want the spotlight, at least do something with it.
Yeah.
At least do something with it. She's nowhere close to Caitlin Clark. She's not the best player on her team.
So, and this is where I kind of part ways with you a little bit. Like, she is an important person on her team. Like 8 points and 15 rebounds at her position is huge. 15 rebounds is huge.
But you just seen the game. You just see Mr. Layup and she got 5 rebounds.
So this go back to, I think, why people choose Edwards over SGA because of what it looks like. So Caitlin Clark makes her game look so good that we want to see that.
Right.
Just like Ann Edwards. Like, oh, he looked like Jordan. SGA don't look the part that we want to see.
SGA look nice.
I mean, he does, but do you think he'll ever be the face of the league?
Yes. If he wins, if SGA wins this championship, absolutely. He's going to be the face of the league.
Jaylen Brown won last year and Jason Tatum. So why weren't they the face of the league?
Because they're not flashy.
Exactly.
They don't got that energy and all that. But when you think about it, and I said this about SGA, he doesn't make my top 5 in the league.
Oh, right now.
So
let's go back to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Right.
Angel Reese not flashy. She's effective. She's highly effective.
Angel Reese is not flashy. She wants clicks and lights
off the court.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, play.
But that's brilliant because you're in an industry that's growing, and we're talking about her, right? So she's marketing herself well.
She's marketing herself very well. She should take this alley-oop. Yes, if you want me to be the villain, I'll be the villain, and I'm gonna make money off. But Caitlin Clark signed a $28 million.
She the one. But last year she was the villain because everyone was mad because everyone was coming to the WNBA to watch her when there were all already these amazing black women in the league.
Okay, listen. This is where Caitlin Clark really got my respect.
Mm-hmm.
She last year she was talking about how all of the attention was on her and everything like that. And the first thing that she says is she gave it up to all of the female black ladies that played before her, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Cooper, and everything like that. But she also said that everything, the attention that she's getting, she deserves it.
She does.
And she does.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't want to make this, and it's crazy. A lot of people want to make it about a black and a white thing. I'm not with that. I'm like I said, I love my black people, but I watch basketball.
It is because it's economics. And there's more white people with money than there are black people with money. So
right.
You want to have those white people show up and spend their money, right?
Right.
So it is a black and white thing just because it's economic. When you watch an NBA game, whether in Minnesota or OKC, what you see after you get past that row of celebrities is a crowd, a sea of white people,
right?
Because they're the ones who got those season tickets.
And it's crazy. I was just looking at the game yesterday, and it was a white guy, and he brought like his son, and I'm thinking, I wonder how much them tickets cost.
Oh man, they just,
regular
people.
Just regular people. Just
right
regular
there.
people.
You don't know what I always think like, I wonder what he own. What's his business? What's his business?
Dentists,
how you
doctors,
get down there all the time, right?
For the playoffs, I would say if to 2 tickets, average 70,000 for 2.
Yeah, especially, and it depends on what market you in. So,
and if you in New York, who knows? Yeah, you paying.
That's crazy.
You paying. You might pay
OKC. It might be a little cheaper.
Yeah,
you might get it for
because of the market.
Or something.
You know what I'm saying? But
and New York,
it's crazy. It's insane how much the tickets and everything go with the basketball and everything.
That's right.
I think that if Caitlin Clark, if the Fever wins the championship this year, she right now is the face of women's basketball.
She would then be the Michael Jordan
of basketball,
right?
Yeah. Right. That's what
I mean. And don't get me wrong, Cynthia Cooper started the league. She was like 38 when she came in. Was still a baller,
right?
But it was years ago. That's like the Wilt Chamberlain kind of Bill Russell argument, right?
You know, you have you ever looked at Cheryl Miller? She didn't get a chance to.
No, she didn't. And you know she played with the two big girls from Flint.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the McGee twins.
What?
Yeah, they was on that USC team.
They was on the USC team?
Yeah.
I got to go back.
JaVale McGee's mom and his auntie.
Because I know, he made it to the league.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Uh-huh.
That's the, you got the Flint connection. Hey, I want to give it up to my boy James Mayfield and George F. Grundy II, Larry DeLott out here out the mud for putting me on right now. Y'all come down here and check them out. So I don't want to leave the talking about the black females that was in the league.
Yes.
Do you think that Caitlin Clark, she got on there and she said that she's sorry that the league didn't give all of these other black women the props that they deserve, because they should have.
Right.
Lisa Leslie, Cooper, and Cheryl Swoops, all of them. There's a lot of black women in the WNBA right now, but it's not because of what she did. The reason why they're not giving all of these girls their props and their money.
No, it's not. Once again, it goes back to economics. The people who look like Caitlin want to come spend their money, and they're the people with the money, as opposed to the people who look like, you know what I mean, the women who were in there before.
You know, it's crazy because I actually looked up how much the WNBA revenue, I think they said was like 500 million.
Wow.
The WNBA, but the NBA is like
500 billion.
Yeah, it's like it's in the billions.
Yeah.
And I wondered if it was some way where they could funnel some of the money to the WNBA, because
they used to do that. I mean, they were doing that up until I think when Caitlin showed up. Like they were helping the women out a little bit.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. Man, I think some of these girls out here making 50,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's why a lot of them don't like to come out of college, and a lot of them go overseas.
These NIL deals are paying these people, these college players, and they do deserve to get the money. That all of the colleges are making millions of dollars off of them. So
and shouts out to Ice Cube, yay, because he offered Caitlin that $5 million contract, and that made the WNBA push their money up too.
Yeah, hey, $28 million. What's the comment?
Detroit Shock won 3 championships.
Let's talk about
Detroit and Bill Laimbeer, and the team was sold.
And let's talk about Flint, Deanna Nolan on that team too. She was a beast.
Okay,
she was a beast.
Hey.
Yeah, that was crazy that they showed the shot and took them to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I was like, that's when I really stopped watching the WNBA for a minute.
That was Joe Dumeyer's doing. I never understood how can you, when the boys, the men's team are not doing anything.
That's right.
You got the girls team winning championships, bringing money to the city and everything. That's right. And he sells the team. It made no sense to me.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that hurt. I
got to get if you're listening, Detroit, who over there now? Tom Gores. Oh, he right here in Davidson. Let's get that WNBA team back in Detroit.
They need to
Yeah, he's a fan. Yeah, he right here in Davidson.
They need to get another team in Detroit. I think Detroit, they're starting to bring the city back up.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I've been down to Detroit, the downtown a couple times recently, and it's starting to look nice. I think if they did bring the Shock back, it would do a lot.
Detroit was the number one city for population growth or something like that. I don't want to say number one. I might have that wrong, but something just came out where they showed that Detroit had population growth that they hadn't had in a long time. Like more people are coming into Detroit because of the Riverwalk. Like they're building that Riverwalk up and all the stuff going on downtown.
Yeah,
we need a national sports team at the Buick City site.
We
need to get an arena down there.
Oh, I got a good idea for that site too. At the time, can I say that?
Yeah, you can say it.
You know, we tried the Auto World before, and that was a right? The Auto World was, but what about Vehicle City? We got catering right here. We can have, like you said, that whole site can be where we have miniature vehicles, right? Electric, like your mini Corvette, your mini Hummer. And don't stop there. If we're going to be Vehicle City, we can be at an indoor ski thing, like whatever you can put BMX arena.
You talking about down there where
the
Oldsmobile,
the whole old Buick, old Vehicle City.
What you
said? 9 miles of circumference.
9 miles.
Yeah,
come
Buick
on.
City, which was the largest manufacturing plant of its day.
That's right.
It would be nice if they if they put something like a major league, minor league baseball team, or
something. I think with entertainment where you can hire the people of the city, and then also you got people coming in. And when you're talking about, so amusement parks tire out once you do the roller coaster so much. But when you're talking about different cars, it's always a different experience.
So if somebody rich Belvedere Pants does your idea, are you going to be upset?
I am not, because it's going to benefit the city.
All right.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Benefiting the city. I think
so Belvedere Pants, come on.
That's right. If you want, come on. You got the money, I got the idea. I don't care. You can get the credit. Let's just make it happen.
Right. That's what's up. Hey, I want to give it up once again to Out the Mud, James Mayfield and George F. Grundy, the second. I do want to, and Larry Lott, I do want to switch the topic just for a minute. I want to. I'm getting a little bit older now, and I'm having to look at my health and check my health and everything like that. And I started to think about a lot of the diseases and a lot of the things that have hampered.
So, Tom, before you get too serious, are you at that age, the age?
The
age. The way when you get up, your knees be... you go,
it's a lot of cracking on when I get up, you know what I'm saying? Both sides. But yeah, I just thought about what would happen if they actually came out with a cure for cancer and a cure for like AIDS and diabetes. What do you think that would do to the healthcare system?
I think that they would have to charge it. I mean, you know what I mean? Make it cost a whole lot of money because the healthcare system is built off making money, right? And so and so that's the reason why I believe they do have these cures.
I believe that's and it is crazy. That was
right?
my next next thing. I think
but
they
because
do.
it makes money.
Yeah, it kind of made me sad when I started to think about there's no money in curing people.
No.
You know what I'm saying? If I feel like if you took the healthcare system and you took something like cancer and you had cure for every cancer, it would almost the medical industry, it would almost crash it.
You know who will fight the medical industry? The food industry. The people who are putting the cancer in the food and the things that we eat, right?
Man, you go down the street, you see McDonald's, Burger King, Churches, and Popeyes, and all that stuff is terrible for you.
Man,
will kill you.
I'm telling you. I had a conversation with a guy at Ashbury Church. Shout out to Ashbury on the east side who's doing some amazing work.
Ashbury, what's up?
Ashbury, yeah. So this guy was telling me, because I went over there to learn some gardening tips, about how now those GMO seeds, right? And how that's what we're eating now, this stuff that, and because it's so huge and cheap, it's a market for farmers to buy, farmers getting subsidies to plant these unreal seeds and feed us with it. Like it's crazy. They are against us.
Go, we got a question.
Yes, studio. So as I travel and go around, you see all these farms. You'll see the companies that sponsor them. They have cut down cornfields and put side fields and stuff like that. So they are definitely everything we get. You have to see if it's GMO.
And then the next pull is, and this is what he said they're going and looking at, and this was like, oh wow, because you're eating their product and it's in your body, they're looking at ways to
claim your DNA.
They're looking at ways to claim you as theirs.
That's crazy. That's
what they do.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What was the company? Monsanto's.
I heard
back in the day. That was the company that pushed a lot. Depending on what documentary you watch, they pushed a lot of this stuff to where like they created these seeds, and if their seeds ended up pollinating in another person's land, then they
own that land.
Had to pay them because our seeds are what you're growing, making money off of.
That's right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what they do.
That was the point.
And they're building the seeds to do that.
Yeah, right? that one generation seeds to where you have to continue to purchase them, and then seeds like in considered third world countries that destroy the soil and the ground, to where you have to be dependent on other countries and nations.
Wow,
it's crazy. I started looking at a lot of the foods that we eat that's in our grocery stores. In a lot of countries, like something as simple as Gatorade is banned in a lot of countries.
Oh man,
you know, it's cereal and different things that's just not good for you.
You were talking about McDonald's. It's only bad in America. Everywhere else, they're serving them real food.
Right.
Everywhere else in the world, they serve real food. It's crazy.
That's insane. like cereal. I was talking to my girl about, like, I looked at this. I did this. I got a glass container and I put a box of cereal in it and I closed it up. And she's like, it's not gonna rot. Nothing's gonna happen to it. And I'm looking, it's been there for a month or so and ain't nothing happened to it. And I started to think it's because of the things that they put into our food to make it last long, because
preservatives.
It's no way that the food should last as long as it does. I started to think about, like, back in the day. Do you know how people are not living as long? You know what I'm saying? Because of the food that they eat, because of the air that they breathe, different things that happen it's hard to get around eating food.
Listen,
you know that you.
I went to Indonesia in 2023 for about a month. When I left, I was 275-ish. When I came back, just for a month of eating right, I had lost 30 pounds.
That's crazy. No jumping jacks. No
I mean,
exercise.
we were doing
PT,
a lot of walking and all of that,
yeah.
but nothing intentional. And just the food, just from getting off of that food.
Right. Did you feel better and everything?
I felt a lot better.
Yeah.
I started playing basketball again.
Right. That's insane how the food that we eat and the air that we breathe kind of messes our system up and everything like that.
It's monetized, but it's that's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's that's how it is. They want things to. It's crazy. We was talking about the healthcare thing. Everything around you is about making money.
For the root, for the love of money is the root to all kinds of evils.
Everyone should read Confessions of an Economic Hitman, where they set it up on everything so that you are dependent on these companies and feeding them money all the time.
Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Confessions of an Economic Hitman.
Check that book out.
I got to.
That's y'all
want to hear my conspiracy?
Go ahead.
No, you got one, Jordan.
Yeah.
So mine is called POW.
Okay.
POW. Pork, porn, oil, and wisdom teeth.
Okay.
So you see how it just hit you? Porn, oil, and wisdom teeth. So there are, everything on this planet has what's the crude or some kind of oil byproduct in it.
Yes.
The Rockefellers made sure that was in there. That was in petroleum based. That's the word I was looking for. And then pork is pushed on it so heavy, knowing that as soon as you eat it, you're gonna have parasites forever, and you have to go through a long process of fasting and detoxing in order to get that stuff out of your system. And it to my understanding, it also helps to restructure your DNA when you eat pork.
A lot of pork. Huh?
So, and then why do we get our wisdom teeth taken out? What's the point of that?
Is that because they're gonna grow in the wrong way?
But it's called wisdom teeth, though. I don't have all the answers to that, but wisdom teeth. So how many decibels of brain matter go down when you get your wisdom teeth pulled? And it's like mandatory, but people that we know didn't get them taken out, nothing wrong with them, and they seem okay.
Yeah, you're right. They live. And I still got my top ones.
Yeah, I still got a couple of mine.
Yeah, you said a couple of yours, and then porn. Porn has been free and poured into every crevice of every life.
That's
like,
right.
What your children? You got to watch everything. Like, what is y'all do? What's going on?
It's radio everywhere.
It's like air.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's the norm. No,
right.
I just think you just gotta you can just watch what your kids is doing on this internet, and
they have
the phones and everything.
You couldn't watch what we was doing with the Playboy books. How we gonna keep them with the
oh my God!
What you mean the Scribbly channel? Like,
right?
Yeah.
But I personally think they have a disease of the decade. I remember
disease of the decade.
When I was young. When I was young, everybody had their tonsils removed.
Yep.
I don't know why.
They don't do that anymore. You're right.
Then they started gallstones, spleens.
I have mine now.
Now everybody high blood pressure,
diabetes.
Yeah, it's just
that's what they experience.
Kidney failure.
It's the effects of what they experiment on.
Yeah, I think it's all an experiment. They will do everything in their power right now not to take your tonsils out.
Yeah,
and they took your tonsils out in 2 seconds.
As soon as you said
right.
something,
yeah,
go there for a headache.
Give you a pasta.
Hey,
you know, for a headache, they take your tonsils out.
It's crazy that without,
especially for families that are on Medicaid.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that the doctor wants to experiment on that Medicaid
the practice
will pay for it for them.
You remember they were
that's the disease they're going to predict that you have.
Right.
See, can't nobody tell me nothing. Y'all already know.
Yeah.
Right. It's crazy that I got my spleen out when I was in the military. I went in this insane. We started talking about tonsils and everything because when I was in the military, my tonsils started hurting. I was like, hey, there's like, yeah, I go to the doctors. We gonna pull your tonsils out and everything. I'm like, okay. So the day that I go to get my tonsils out, they they take my blood out and tell me that my red platelets, my red blood cells are not right. And I'm like, so we can't do the surgery. And what red blood cells do is they clot your blood. So like if you get a cut, it'll clot it up. So they told me that I was prone to bleeding or something.
But you never had that problem.
But I've never had that problem. What ended up happening is
but his blood type is rare and can be used with everyone.
So she thinks that they did.
So you an O?
No. AB positive.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I got a real a real rare blood type, and I went to the hospital to get my tonsils out, and they ended up taking my spleen out.
Hold on. But
that's
they
crazy.
Bone marrow first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They
Henrietta Lacks your tail.
Hey, that's what she.
Wow.
I wish I took my spleen out.
That's crazy.
Took my spleen out, and to this day, I went to the doctors maybe about a month ago down in Battle Creek to get money for all of that, and I was talking to the the counselor, and she was telling me like, man, I don't see nothing that adds up to getting your spleen out.
Wow.
From going to you had your throat was scratchy. I was like, man, I went in.
That's crazy.
Because it's actually, and it's crazy.
They knew.
They already knew. They knew.
Oh, we did.
Your bone marrow. They got your blood.
It was crazy.
We got one, Bob.
Yeah,
we got one.
It was crazy.
We have a super Negro here.
My girl told me that. She
prep
told
the
me
surgery room.
Blood.
Prep the surgery room. Right.
Yeah, it's crazy that that the longer I live, the more and more I'm thinking like, man, they might have got me. You know what I'm saying? They did something, got my spleen, got my bone marrow, my blood.
So everything. They clone Tyrone was about you.
Right. Oh my God, that was insane. But you know what? I'm gonna tell this. I'm at my girl's house, and I look at a bill, an old bill she has from her husband. Was on dialysis and everything, and I'm looking at the bill, and this bill was like $250,000, man.
Wow.
I'm like, is that for a year or something like that? All that? No, that's for a month.
No.
Can you believe having a $250,000 bill a month?
A month.
Every month?
And that's when I was doing his dialysis.
Wow.
And that was for home care dialysis.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Insane. It's that really, when I saw that, I was like, man, this is it gave me chills, because it's like, you make money for people dying.
That's right.
From people being
money
sick.
on money.
Well,
everybody
what they
make
do
money.
Is keep you alive long enough
to spend money. Yeah.
Everything from
it's crazy, because I was talking to my friend about this. I was like, man, if they came out with a cure for cancer, AIDS, and diabetes, it would wipe out our healthcare system, because you got all of the things that's like the vitamins that you're sick now, so take these vitamins and take these supplements. Man, I got ginseng, I got sea moss, everything. Trying to,
and that's what the cure is, taking our power back and what we eat and what we put in our body.
Yeah, go ahead. We got
a senior, and I'm on Medicare,
right?
Medicare. They charge me $186 for my plan. But they tell me they'll give me $180 back to go to the grocery store. So I asked him, why don't you charge me $6?
Right.
Why are you telling me
how to do?
with
How you
my
regulate how I
Right.
move
And,
around?
and see
Right.
that's and see
charge me $6.
what they're doing is they're trying to, like you said, they're trying to regulate what you do with your money.
This
they want you to
person pay
spend
this person pay that
spend
person.
on
It's
these
just like
vegetables.
they do animals. They put you in this pen and let you graze there for a while. Then they roll you out.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
They put you in this pen and
Right.
let you graze there for a while and tell you what you think and know and do.
Yeah,
And
that's
everybody
good.
think they know they're supposed to do what that man tell them to.
Yeah.
it's
She's supposed to be on the mic over here.
Yeah.
I'm
we got
hoping that it picked it up real good.
Yeah, we got a guest speaker in the studio. But yeah, like I said, it gave me chills to realize that I really think that some of the biggest diseases that we have in the world, that they actually do have cures for them.
Oh yeah.
I think like you said, I think they do have a vault of cures, and it would just it's sad to know that people are in the hospitals, people are dying from them just not like, hey,
That is a great business.
it is. It's crazy because you got the, like I said, you got all of the medicines that and the medicines. Look, I looked on a bill of mine on my dad's bill, and this is a true story. Man, they charged them $27 for Band-Aids.
That's crazy.
They charged them $27 for Band-Aids.
Wow.
It's just insane how the world that we live in is it's all about money.
It is.
It's all about money.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Capitalism at its finest.
It is. Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show. You know, I appreciate Pone coming.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Talking about the basketball. I really want to, on a serious note, I really want everybody to start thinking about their health, taking their health serious before it gets too late. You know, and I want to thank my man George F. Grundy II, James Mayfield, and Larry Lott for giving me this platform to be on and do my show and do my thing. Y'all take it easy.